guys, it's Basanabafan6454 and today I'm doing a quick, makeup look, get ready with me. And I'm doing a very purple themed look today, inspired by my lipstick of the day. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I do wear a different lipstick every day. And today I'm wearing the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink liquid lipstick in the shade Creator. I absolutely love this color. I love purples like this, anything that's like really warm, kind of wearable purples. Those are my favorites to wear. So let's just jump right in. First I'm just going to start by drying off my skin. I've already washed my face. I just had a shower. Excuse my wet hair. This is the Clean and Clear Essentials Deep Cleaning Astringent. I do have very acne prone skin, as you can tell by the scars on my face. So trying to prevent anything from happening. I don't prime my skin. Probably should. I don't own any face primers, but I am too broke right now. I do plan on getting the Laura Mercier one at some point, maybe even the Smashbox. I do want to try a few primers and see what happens. Okay. So let's move that to the side, and now I'm just going to jump right in. I'm going to start with my concealer. I have right here the MAC Studio Finish Concealer in the shade NC20. As you can see, I have barely anything left of this. I've been using this concealer for 5 years, I believe, and you can tell it's old by the label's pretty much gone. So I am going to just take a little bit out on my finger. I don't use a brush to apply this. Let's grab my Huda Beauty palette mirror, which is what I'm going to use for that. And yes, I'm filming on my iPad if you haven't noticed. And yes, I'm sitting on my floor. What you gotta do to get natural lighting when you don't have expensive camera equipment and you can't afford to edit and you don't have lighting and stuff like that. Trying to find spots I can cover. Okay. I just realized I didn't bring over a washcloth to wipe my brushes on. Oh well, we'll make it work. I'm just going to take a dry sponge and just tap out the concealer that's on my nose because I don't want that to look too garish. Now I'm going to go in with my powder that I have been using every single day since 2012. I think I've gone through about 5 or 6 compacts of this. The MAC Studio Fix powder. It is my baby. I absolutely love this. I use the shade NW20, which is, yes, I know I use NC20 for my concealer, but I use NW20 for my powder. I have tried the neutral powders, and they do not work for my skin. They're slightly too dark, and anything NC is going to make my face look too yellow. And I have a very neutral complexion, but I do like to use a very yellow toned concealer for my face, but then my powder has to be pink toned to bring my face looking back to me. No, I don't wear foundation. I don't think you guys have ever seen me do my makeup on here before, so yeah, I do not wear foundation, never have. Foundation is never listed in my down bar, in my Instagram. Alright, time to contour. I've been using this once again for 5 years. I haven't needed to get a second compact of this. I might need to soon. This is the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil Medium Deep Matte Bronzer. Absolutely love this. Like, my pen has looked like this for the last 2 years. It's a little sad. Alright, for brushes, that last brush I used was by a company called Spa Resource. I don't know if this brand still exists. I got this at Walmart when I was like 13, so I've had this for about 10 years. My dog got a hold of it. But it's just a nice dense kabuki. It's not the softest thing in the world, but it works for what I'm doing right now. And for the brush I'm going to use for this is the EcoTools Domed Bronzer Brush. And I know this brush looks huge for this, but I do pinch it to get into the product. Oops. So I have a nice clean cut. And then I can just cut the cheek easily like that. I love this powder. I do have normally very hollow cheeks, but I still like to contour. It just makes everything look a little bit more cohesive. And if I can just pick the mirror back up, there we go. I always start my contour right up here, right by my ear, because that's where my cheekbone starts. And I can just really see where that cheekbone cuts. And now, I'm just gonna quickly, without pinching the brush, go in and go underneath my jawline. Because I don't have a chin, so I have to make one. If you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, you know who originally said that. Miss Aja. Or if you guys have seen her makeup tutorial here on YouTube. And I'm just gonna contour out my temples. There's a red spot right there. Ignore that. Alright, that's it for contouring. Now I'm gonna highlight, and I struggle to do this now. I'm gonna be using the MAC Fleur Real, highlight powder in the shade Fleur Real. This is from the Boom Boom Bloom collection from this past spring. I've been using this every day since I got it. Yeah. I'm gonna go in with a dry sponge because I find this a lot easier. You can see it stained from the powder. And just dig right in. I don't need a mirror for this. And I just hit my chin. Under each eye. To brighten this up. I always started doing this kind of highlighting recently. Because I realized my under eyes in some areas of my face looked a little bit dark. Center of my forehead right there between my brows. Tops of my cheekbones. And underneath my contour. On both sides. And that is all the highlighting that I do, and that's kind of the highlighting that most people do. But that works for me. This sponge, by the way, is by Quo. I got it at my drugstore. I live in Newfoundland, by the way, so a lot of brands are very hard to get your hands on. There are some brands at Sephora and in places like Toronto that you can't get at stores here, and they just recently got licensing to sell MAC in our Sephora as of this year. So yeah, took them long enough. All right, time to actually highlight. What do I have? I have everything for the day moved over on top of my heater so I don't have to run back and forth. And my eyeshadow palettes are down here because I have nowhere to put them. This is the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle. I have this in the old packaging because I got this back in 2012. This is so old, but I still love it. You can see I don't have much left. I'm going to go in with my Real Techniques setting brush. Yeah, setting brush. It's a duo fiber. Really, really, really good for picking up highlighter. All right. And just sweep it on tops of my cheekbones up here. This one is not the most blinding highlighter. I know it's like the classic mineralized skin finish that everybody loves, but it's not the most blinding in the world. Let me just get in and get some more. Because I do like to really, really glow. And I know the lighting is not picking up the highlighter that well, like I wanted it to. Maybe it'll pick it up better on this side. I don't know. Let's try. A little bit. And last little bit, I'm just going to pick up bridge of my nose. You can see that there. You can definitely see that there. But here and here, not really. Okay. And I always do blush last when I do my face makeup. This is the Wet n Wild Color Icon blush in the shade Mellow Wine. I use a lot of drugstore products. I apologize. I don't know why I'm apologizing for using drugstore stuff, but you know, I am. This color is absolutely beautiful. tap in really, really lightly with my blush brush. This brush is by Sephora. And right in between, I usually just go right in between my contour and my highlight. And I like to pat it. That technique was taught to me by Trixie Mattel. As you can tell, I learned a lot of my tips and tricks from drag queens. Did I put too much on this side? No. This is a powder brush from Sephora that has no product on it, so I use it to sweep things back if I look like I put too much on. Okay. Now time to do the lips, because I always do my lips before I do my eyes, just so I can get a basis of what colors will work with my look. So I'm going to prime my lips. I'm going to use my Jeffree Star chocolate covered strawberry lip scrub. Love that stuff. Alright, to get off any of the excess, I just tap it with a sponge. Alright, time to go with my lipstick that I mentioned at the very beginning of the video. You can see it's a gorgeous purple color. Nearly knocked it over. Okay. I'm ruining this lip already. Oh well. I can feel it now. My mom's gonna call any point soon. Like, I can feel the phone ringing already. Whenever I'm home by myself, like even I'm 22 years old, I can do things by myself. But she still likes to call and check on me throughout the day. And she hasn't called yet, and it's noon. So it's only a matter of time. Lip is done. These ones usually take a little bit longer to dry, so I'm not gonna blot my lips or anything. I know the application looks a little bit messy, but hey, what can you do? Alright, eyes. I forgot to bring over the palette, my Morphe palette, that has my brow color and my base setting color in it, so I'm gonna have to grab something else from here today. Apologies, because I'm not getting up. I'm using MAC's Painterly Paint Pot for my eyeshadow base. I've been using this since 2012. I've gone through, this is my third of this that I've used in the last 7 years. It takes me about 2 years, 2 or 3 years to go through one. And I got this back in August, and there's already a good ditch missing from it. So. Then again, there was like a 2-year period where I didn't use this. So, might start taking me a bit quicker to go through them. Alright, so what I'm going to do for my setting my eye base, I'm going to use my Alien palette. This is by Jeffree Star, if you guys don't know. I'm going to go into shade Titan up here with an Anastasia brush. And I'm just going to set this really quick. Small amount of product. This just makes everything easier to blend. And because I'm doing a really dramatic purple look, I don't want things sticking in one spot. Okay, now I need a good brown to stick in my brows. Let's just use the Alyssa Edwards palette. And this is the brush that came with the Urban Decay Naked palette. I'm going to go into the shade Back Rolls over here. This is a very, very deep brown, so this might be a bit too dark for me, which is why I'm using a very, very light hand. That works. Just going with a little bit more. Okay. There we go. Now, let's actually get started on this eye look. I'm gonna do something really fun, really purpley. So to start off this look, I have 5 palettes sitting here, but I think I'm only gonna use about 4 of them. I'm gonna go in with the Blood Sugar palette with the MAC 217 brush, and I'm just gonna dip into shade O Positive right here. It's a very, very subtle mauve-y gray color. Not the most pigmented in the world, but it does carve out that shape of my eye really, really easily. And I'm just using this as my transition color. So this is going up into my crease and around. I have a very weird eye shape, so I can't get that perfect round shape. A good tip that I got from a YouTuber that a lot of people have canceled a couple of years ago, I'm going to still mention her anyway, Laura Lee. She mentions turning the brush upside down. So the color is up here and you're keeping a really tight shape into your crease. I did take that tip and I ran with it and I really like that. So that's my transition color laid down. Even though it's not the most pigmented, this color does not swatch well at all. It still performs really, really well on the eye, which I really like. So let's just go on this side. Like, as you've noticed, I've been bouncing back and forth between my palette mirrors and my actual camera viewfinder. Well, my iPad to see what I'm at, because it's easier this way. A little bit. I'm not blocking the light. Let's deepen this a little bit more over here. A little bit more. All right. I'm winging this as I go. I have no idea what I'm doing with this look. Actually, I'm gonna go in with the same brush. And I'm gonna go into shade Root Canal. Ooh, I don't want to touch anything. Okay. I'm gonna go into the shade Root Canal, which is a very warm purpley color. Looks like that. It's a very subtle purple. And this is just gonna go up in the same area that I put O Positive, and it's just gonna blend together and keep it very muted and soft because I'm going in with a slightly deeper, more fun purple later. And I wanted to make this a get ready with me, which meant I had to go over what's been going on with me. I haven't made a video in a long time, and I haven't talked about what's been going on in my life. Lately, the last video that I did was about 6 years ago when I talked about what I've been doing. And that was when I was in my senior year of high school. I've since graduated from high school, as it's pretty obvious, and I did post on my beauty and my personal Instagram accounts that this semester of school has been kicking me in the booty. I have already graduated with my bachelor's degree with a double major in French and history. Don't know why it took me so long to think of that, but now I'm in the process of getting my education degree. I got my internship at my old high school, so I'm working with going to be doing an unpaid internship with a teacher that I absolutely adore. I've learned a lot from her, especially in my shorter 2-week-long internship that I did in October. So now I'm spending a full semester at the school teaching French immersion, getting the ropes, grading, prepping classes, learning the curriculum. Prep is really hard. Teachers do not get enough credit for what they do. It's a really hard job, and I cannot wait to start. Okay. What else has been going on with me? I took a trip to Toronto a few months ago, my boyfriend and I, the same boyfriend that I was with 5 years ago. We're still together. We just celebrated our 5-year anniversary in August. We took a trip to Toronto together. He had never been, to his recollection. So we went there, we met some of my family. He wanted to take me to Stratford to see some shows, so that's what we did. It was a blast of a trip. Absolutely loved it. I haven't seen him since August. He is currently in, he's in Halifax right now, but he's been living in Ottawa for the last few months. He's doing an engineering degree. And the way engineering works is you alternate back and forth between what you do every semester. So he's currently on a work term for the full semester, and he actually comes home next week, which I'm really excited about. Haven't seen him in 4 months. And then he goes back to school here in St. John's for the semester, and then immediately following that, for the summer, he goes on another work term, and then he comes back and is in school in the fall. So he does not get a break. He does not get his summers off, like a lot of us do. And actually this year I don't get my next summer off because my internship, I have to go back to school in the summer. So we will both be in the same boat, which I'm not looking forward to, but you know what? Whatever gets me into start teaching by next September, it will be great. All right. So the next shade I'm going to be using is in the Mini Breaker palette by Jeffree Star. I use a lot of Jeffree Star. I really do. I love his eyeshadows. And this color is called Purple Punch. I'm using an Eco Tools brush. This is the Accents Shadow brush. It's like a thin, very small little brush. I'm only picking up the color on one side. You can't see it. And I'm sticking it right in my crease right here. And I'm turning it upside down so it goes up here. And I'm just getting that deepened crease look. Excuse me. So that's what's been going on in my life as of yet. I got a dog since then. A few months after I posted that last video a few years ago, I did get a dog. I got a German Shepherd, and his name is Riker, and he's sleeping downstairs. He's a very cute boy, and I'm sure if you guys follow me on Instagram, you guys may have seen my dog's account. His name is Riker the Sheppy. I will note it down below if you guys want to go follow him. He's so cute. He doesn't post very often because his humans are busy, but he is a very cute dog. He's a sweetie. And German Shepherds do get a bad rep, but he's really sweet. Okay, now that color is laid down, I need to figure out what I'm going to do next. I know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to go back in with the Alien palette. This big guy right here. It's bigger than my head. It's huge, if you guys haven't seen it in person. And I'm going to go in with the shade Area 51, this deep purple right here. And I'm going to go in with a pencil brush. No, not a pencil brush. This brush right here, this is another one by Eco Tools. This is the angled crease brush. This is what I use to get that really winged look. So this is a very blue-based purple, very, very intense, and this is gonna be interesting. I'm praying that this works. And I'm just gonna take this straight up into my crease, and this is gonna blend with all the other purples that I have laid down and just really darken this. I should have done this with the other purple, but I like this so far. It's looking a lot better on camera than it is in person. I'm not gonna lie. It's looking a little bit cleaner on camera. It's looking really messy in person, probably because the camera's not picking up the messiness. Let's just... And I don't want to pull this out too far. I've already pulled it out far enough on both sides. And is there anything I can do to add to this? You know what, I'm just gonna fire this color underneath my eyes as well. Let's go in with Area 51. Oopsies. On a smaller brush, this is by EcoTools Liner Smudge. It's like a pencil brush. And this is going underneath my eye. Just to add some more color. Okay. Now I'm gonna go and keep using the same brush. I'm gonna go in with the Alyssa Edwards palette by Anastasia. I forgot to mention the brand. I'm gonna go in with the shade BBDC, which stands for Beyond Belief Dance Company, that Alyssa runs. And this is gonna go on the outer corner and just deepen everything just a little bit more. My wet hair is making my back wet. I don't like this. Is it making my bed wet? No, it's not. Okay. And this is just gonna go like that. And actually what I'm gonna do to touch up the Area 51 that I've laid down is I'm going to go back in with this little brush right here and go into Area 51. And I'm going to really pack in that color. And I always sweep it lightly across my lash line right here, just to really get that depth in there. Lightly, just lightly bring it across. That's what I'm looking for. And yes, I am going to be taking a picture of this and putting this up on my Instagram if you want a clearer look. Again, I will notate that down below. Beauty by Formula 3 is my Instagram name. Is my beauty Instagram name. I think I have links to my personal account, which has been privatized because I don't want any students that I might be teaching finding me. And I think I linked my dog's account on that account as well. If not, I will fix that when I post this. Okay. That looks a lot better. A lot better. Okay. Sticking with this palette. Ooh, water's dripping onto the palette. Thank God it's not getting into anything. All right, I'm gonna go in with the shade Oral right here. And I'm gonna use a Sephora brush, the same Sephora brush that I use for all of my lid colors. It's just a really thin, rounded brush made for precise application. Oh, I'm picking up too much here. Okay, let's go into oral right here, and this is just gonna make everything duochrome and fun. See that? Yes, I like that a lot. I love duochrome colors. They're super, super fun. And I think I need to go back in with a pinker shade of purple after this, just to really bring everything back together, because I think I went a little bit too dark. A couple of areas. That's that. And I'm just gonna go back in with, let's go back in with Root Canal real quick, just to kind of diffuse everything. That's what I want. Okay. Looks a lot better. Alright, time to highlight. Alien palette. I'm going to use the colors Titan and Pluto. So I'm going to go in with this little itty bitty brush that I've been using for years. I just picked up way too much. I can fix that. Let's go in with a brush that has no product on it from Sephora, and I'm just gonna soften that up real quick. Okay. And same brush, going in with Pluto. And this is gonna go right in here. Oh, that's looking really white on camera, and that's really not how this looks. This looks a lot more golden in person. Same brush. Soften that up. That looks better. This is exactly what I want in terms of eyeshadow. So eyeshadow is done. And for everything else, I don't think I need to use a palette mirror. What is with this hair? It's still like very drippy. Ugh, I'm sorry. I just pulled this much hair out of my head. Okay, that's great. I shed a lot, which is not great. Where's my eyeliner brush? There it is. Okay, let's do eyeliner. This is the Maybelline Eye Studio black eyeliner. I've been using this for years. Absolutely love this stuff. I also have MAC Black Track Fluid Line, but that one isn't as dry as this one is. I find this one a lot easier to work with, and it stays on longer. Right in my waterline. And I never pull too hard on my eye. Never pull too hard on your skin, guys, because it increases your chances of wrinkles. And, whoa. Eyelash curler. Let's curl these lashes. Curling your lashes, guys, is really hard. Well, really hard to start doing because eyelash curlers look scary. And it's very easy to pinch your eyelid. When you pinch your eyelid, it hurts. Like, it does, if you guys know, if you've pinched your eyelid, it does make you cry. Mascara, by the way, is the Clinique High Impact Mascara. This is a sample from Sephora. It's the only time I get new mascaras is when I can get samples from Sephora. I don't wear false lashes because I've never figured out how to work them or work with them. Both. Alright, normally I'd finish this with setting spray, my MAC Fix Plus, and use a fan to dry my skin down, but I left it over there, so I'm not going to get that right now. I'm not going to ruin a 35-minute video and ruin a take. So, that is my look for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below. I will link my Instagram in the description box below the video, so you can go check that out. Well, I'll just leave my Instagram name. You guys can look me up, because leaving links for things is not the easiest thing in the world for me. Anywho, go look after my dog, make something to eat, and hopefully this is the start of making more videos for you guys doing makeup looks on YouTube. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will talk to you guys soon. See you guys.